altimeter 2988. IFR arrivals expect visual approach, runway 11 and 23 in use. South weather information with an Oregon available on flight service frequencies. Ground stop San Francisco, call for release Seattle. Press initial contact, you have information, Oscar. Redmond Tower information, Oscar, 1956 Zulu, wind 150 at 7. The weather is better than 5005. Temperature 17, 2.3. Altimeter 2988. IFR arrivals expect visual approach, runway 11 and 23 in use. South weather information with an Oregon available on flight service sequence.
So we have Oscar, wind is 150 at 7, altimeter 2988. Go for 634 to Lima.
I think I speed up a little bit so we can talk this.
Sure thing.
Can you guys pull over towards the front?
Roger that. They left here. Run up checklist, brake supply, throttle 1000, cabin doors are closed and locked, flight controls check, left aileron up, right aileron down, right aileron up, left aileron down, elevator up and elevator down, rudder left, rudder right, flight instruments, airspeed indicator 0, at indicator within 5 degrees, altimeter within 75 feet, turn corner wings of ball center, full fluid with no bubbles, and a magnetic compass, heading indicator line, magnetic compass, vertical speed indicating slightly over 0 used as a 0 reference. Yep. Radios and avionics set. The avionics are set. Yep. Fuel shut-up valve is on, and trim is set for takeoff. Primer is in and locked. Mixture set for elevation.
Oh, maybe we can.
It just goes.
Yeah, we can do just the 1700 with the full reach, and then we can maybe set for elevation when we hold shorter.
Auto 17, RB check. Needle drop and rise. Needles check. Go to the right. Back to gold. To the left. Going back to both. Within 125. Left, right, within 50. Amateur check. Discharge. Back charging. Engine instruments check. Low temperature and low pressure is all at green. Suction gauge is at green. Throttle idle check. Engine still running, going back to 1000. Ground lean. Taker briefing, runway 11, running length is 7,006 feet. If we have, our normal rotation speed is 50 knots, our best rate of climb speed is 67 knots. If you have engine failure before rotation, throttle idle, apply brakes. If you have engine failure after rotation and have sufficient runway to land, we will land on the runway. If you have engine failure after rotation and have insufficient runway to land, throttle idle, secure engine and land within 15 degrees of the center line. If you have engine failure after 1000 feet AGL, we will see a return to the runway or not. Taxi briefing, we're using runway 11, taxi via Zulu 2, Bravo, Bravo 1, and hold short of runway 11. There are no hotspots along the taxiway and all lights on when crossing the runway.
Okay.
Redmond ground, Cessna 6342 Lima.
So 6342 Lima, Redmond ground.
Cessna 6342 Lima at flight school with information Oscar, request taxi to active, northbound departure.
So 6342 Lima, runway 11, taxi via Bravo.
Runway 11, taxi via Bravo, Cessna 6342 Lima.
Ground Horizon 2216.
Left forward, right is clear.
Clear.
Is clear.
Horizon 2216, runway 23, taxi via Alpha, hold short of Bravo.
Brakes check.
Taxi via Alpha, hold short of Bravo,
Brakes are
Horizon
working.
2216.
You want to check your brakes?
Yep.
Controls?
My controls. Okay, works. Back to 1000 controls.
My controls.
Controls.
Redmond ground, sky service 6.
Sky Surf 6, Redmond ground.
Okay, left.
Redmond
Right.
ground, sky service
Or
6.
right,
North
left is
ground, like to see city route, please.
Turn going to wing inside, ball outside. Heading into your magnetic compass.
Sky
It's
Surf
really
6,
moved.
proceed city route.
Attitude interior is within 5 degrees.
Proceeding city route, sky service 6, thank ya.
Redmond ground, Cessna 5265 Lima, Bravo 2, this is taxi back to school.
Horizon 2216, cross runway 11 at Alpha.
Cross runway 11 at Alpha, Horizon 2216.
And call Redmond ground, say again.
Cessna 5265 Lima, Bravo 2, request
Throttle
taxi back to school.
2000.
Says 5265 Lima, Redmond ground, taxi park via Bravo.
Before takeoff checklist, throttle
Taxi
1000,
via Bravo
radius
65 Lima.
set to tower, flaps set for takeoff. I'll just wait till the soft field takeoff.
Yeah, we'll get this up. Yep.
Doors are closed and latched.
Closed, latched.
Redmond Tower, Cessna 6342 Lima, holding short of runway 11, ready for departure.
Cessna 6342 Lima, Redmond Tower, hold short runway 11.
Hold short runway 11, Cessna 6342 Lima.
Cessna 6342 Lima, runway 11, clear for takeoff.
Runway 11, clear for takeoff, Cessna 6342 Lima. Final safety checks, final approach clear. Runway 11 is now clear. This check, make sure set for takeoff. Instruments, all green. Landing light on. Transponder is squawking VFR and timer start. Yep. Elevator full aft position to prevent from nose gear stuck. And using only rudder turn. Not using brakes. Aligning with the center line. Rear at runway 11. Verify runway 1. And smoothly apply full power. Constantly remove back pressure. Nose just on the runway, end of the runway. Lift off. Pitch for 54, 54, positive rate. Pitching for
Runway
67.
heading, takeoff runway 23, Horizon 2216.
And ground effect, accelerate to 67, we got positive rate. And flaps up. maintaining 67. Glance behind to make sure you're in line with this runway.
Yep.
So LOA departure to the north. We're going to make downwind and remain clear of 523 approach path. And then once we're in the west of Highway 97, we'll turn to north.
Okay.
We're going to climb until 3,800, which is 700 feet above our elevation. So we're going to turn crosswind. Little off from runway, so go to the right a little bit. Okay, 3,800, turning left crosswind.
Horizon 2216, contact Bill Center, pass along prior conditions.
Alright, over to approach, and then we'll pass on conditions are 2216.
Okay, turning downwind, we'll keep climbing until 5,500 or 5,000. So we're going northbound. We're according to the VFR cruising altitudes. So east is 1,000 plus 500. So we're gonna climb to 5,500.
Okay.
1,000 feet above AG, ground level, doing climb checklist. Pitch for 67. Flaps are up. Trim sets. Mixture lean. And traffic avoidance every 500 feet.
Tower Cessna 95606, coming short, runway 11, ready for departure.
Left forward, right is clear.
Cessna 95606, Cessna Tower, hold short, runway 11.
Hold short, 95606.
Tower plus 972, Tango Papa, ready upon region.
Flight 972 Tango Papa, Redmond Tower, fly runway heading, runway 11, clear for takeoff.
Runway heading 11, clear for takeoff, 2 Tango Papa.
Oh, yeah, we can turn northbound.
Okay.
Cessna 95606, southeastbound departure approved, runway 11, clear for takeoff.
Runway 11, clear for takeoff, 95606.
Plus 2 Tango Papa, contact Sales Center. Have a good day.
Departure 2 Tango Papa, have a great day. Redmond Tower, Epic 910, Mike Charlie is inbound on the ILS T3, practice approach from UBUB, full stop.
Epic 910, Mike Charlie, Redmond Tower, report burn.
Full report burn, 0 Mike Charlie.
Pitch for level. Power to 2,300. Set. Mr. Lean.
Okay, so we can start with just the thing that you're doing right now. So straight and level flights. How would you kind of explain it to the students?
So straight and level flights, you gotta use both outside and the instruments, but you gotta use the outside reference first and then verify with your instruments. So make a level pitch that you think. First adjust power to about 2,300 to 2,400. And then make level pitch. And then verify with your instruments. Vertical speed indicating 0, altimeter is not moving. So this is your straight and level reference.
That's 92426, Redmond Tower, runway 11,
from horizon
takeoff.
to, you're going to make the distance from the horizon to the nose relatively, try to maintain the same distance from the nose to the horizon.
Yep.
So you're, it's doing straight and level flight, and then look at the trunk cranial and try to maintain coordination by making the ball center. Our speed is about 85, 90, 80 to 90, 95. So 90-ish is the optimal airspeed. And then just check with your attitude indicator. Right. And then altimeter, vertical speed indicator, just scan. And then just look at the instruments, don't fixate on the instruments, like 10% instruments and outside 90%. So look outside. This is a VFR flight, so visual reference flight, so you gotta look outside and then maintain level.
Yeah. I can mention also choosing the reference points to help you with the heading, right, outside.
So so using the mountains, so we have a lot of mountains here, so using a mountain as a reference is a good idea. I usually use Mountain Hood and Mountain Jefferson over there, and Three Sisters, maybe Blackbeard over there.
Yep.
So I use Mountain Hood as my reference right now, so make establish your reference, and then the distance from your nose to the horizon, and then check with your instruments. It's all looking good.
Yeah, so next we can do like a climb to, let's climb 1,000 feet. So tell me, how would you establish it in a climb, right?
So when we usually climb, if it's over 100 feet, usually we do full power. So apply full power and then maintain climb altitude about 500 feet per minute. Climb at altitude. So it's the same thing. First, I establish your climb altitude, verify with your instruments, and then maintain that visual reference.
Takeoff, short delay approved, traffic 6 mile, final for runway 23.
Maintain that visual reference and side picture, and then aim about 60, 70 to 65 to 70-ish airspeed. So apply full power and then pitch up about 500 feet per minute, or you can look at the airspeed indicator to about 70, 60, 70, 70. So in this attitude, you don't have much of a ground reference to see. So maintain back pressure and then verify with your airspeed indicator. So this is about 60.
Yep.
So lower a pitch a little bit, and it's barely at the mountain, the visual reference. So maintain this visual reference. Obviously, if you climb higher, the visual reference will change, but you can always verify with your instruments and then adjust your side picture visual reference.
Yep. Oh yeah, okay, climb to 6,500.
Climbing to 6,500. North practice area Cessna 6342 Lima, 2 miles, southwest of Haystack Reservoir at 6,100, climbing to 6,500 northbound, North Memphis. So maintain this attitude. So 70 knots at 500 feet per minute. And then looks like the visual reference is just gone. So maybe look at the clouds. Maybe take a side picture, another side picture with clouds, or you can use the airspeed indicator. Or just maintain constant back pressure.
Yep. And what you can also do is see, like you can tell to see on the opposite ends of the wingtips is it level, right? But that's more distracting for students and looking like left to right, so it might not be beneficial for some students, yeah?
So about like 10% of the vertical speed indicator, so we climbed about 500 feet, so 50 feet up below the target altitude, we can level off. And the same thing with straight, go back to straight and level, so power about 2,300 pitch per level, and this is your pitch attitude, and verify with your instruments. Airspeed indicator is at horizon 6,500, vertical speed indicator is slightly over 100, but that doesn't matter because we checked when we checked the flight instruments. Yep. It was slightly above 100, so maintain this attitude. If you verify your instruments, look outside and look at the side picture between the mountain and the nose of the cowling of the airplane. So maintain this pitch attitude. If you trimmed it up perfectly, you can fly with your hands like without even touching the yoke. So common error about straight and level flights and all those stuff is one of the common errors is flying with the trim. So you gotta maintain level and then relieve the control pressure with the trim, not to like attempt to fly with the trim.
Yep.
Or another error, really common error, is like getting fixated at the instruments. So this is a visual maneuver or visual flight, so you gotta look outside. So as I said, 90% outside and 10% inside.
Yeah, then we can maybe do like a descent, right? 500 feet per minute to 6,000.
500 feet per minute to 6,000. So always the same thing. You gotta descend, you gotta reduce power, because if you don't reduce the power, the airspeed will get really high. So my reference is about 1800, and then lower the nose. Maintain 500 feet per minute descent rate. So if you reach 500 feet, look at the side picture. Horizon to the mountains, and then maintain your heading with the mountain. If you're getting a little bit lower, just use a little bit of back pressure. So 80 knots is ideal airspeed for descents, in my opinion. Yep. So the descent, the RPM differs by the day to day. If the weather is really cold, gotta reduce more power, or whether it's relatively hot, we can add more power to like 1800-ish. So same thing, verify with your instruments, and 500 feet, 10%, 50 feet above target airspeed, target altitude, they maintain pitch level, power, back to 2,300 smoothly with coordination, look at the turn coordinator, then maintain 6,000 and back to straight and level flight. Always pitch, power, trim. Pitch first, and then use power, and then trim.
Okay, sounds good.
If you establish straight and level, just fly straight and level. Again, look at the side picture, horizon to the cowling.
Okay, so now we can do like a level turns, like 30 degrees turns, left or right, okay?
So level turns, you can use the turn pointer to establish a standard rate turn, which is 3 degrees per second. So 2 minutes, one orbit. So that's the second ticks on the turn pointer means 3 standard rate turn. So you might have to increase power a little bit, but since it's a standard rate turn, you might not have to, because actually we don't lose a lot of vertical lift on the standard rate turns.
Yep.
So to the left, just maintain, look at the turn coordinator. So if you establish standard rate turn, look outside. the bank is about 10 degrees. Since this is a relatively shallow bank, you can roll whenever you want on the desired heading. So I'll roll out at 180. We're climbing a little bit, so maybe release some back pressure and make the nose drop a little bit. Maintaining standard rate, and then always look outside. Approaching 180. So we're gonna roll out here. That makes a perfect level turn. We climbed a little bit, but it doesn't matter a lot. Maybe he was because I entered the level turn in a relatively nose high attitude, so yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Alright, the mic controls?
Your controls?
Mic controls. If you have the hood, we can put it on, we can get that out of there. Wait till...
34266 over Smith, Rock, 4900, northwestbound, northwest area.
Expected area Cessna 52371, 4 knots command north of Server, heading 4,700 descending to 4,100, heading south recent spectral Ledmont, last call, north practice area.
First practice area Cessna 6342 Lima, 3 miles north of Culver at 6,000, practicing usual altitudes, first practice. We're doing usual altitudes, right?
Yeah, we can do, yeah, just kind of like this, we can just do like a quick the same thing, so...
Okay.
So kind of how would you teach the level only basing on the instrument, right? Alright, your controls?
Your controls?
Yeah, controls, yeah.
Or we're doing descent?
Yeah, we can do, yeah, just level, so you can emphasize just kind of attitude, indicator, altimeter. So what is your primary kind of instrument for level flight?
Level flight is the altimeter. I'll use the altimeter for taking level flight, and also use your attitude indicator. It's when instrument flights, this is the most important instrument of all. So as we talked in ground portion, we can scan the attitude indicator from another instrument, like radial scan, attitude indicator, airspeed, turn coordinator, heading indicator, vertical speed indicator, and altimeter. All of the stuff starting from the attitude indicator. So maintain level pitch. So first set the power first to 2,300 and look at the attitude indicator. It's perfectly in the artificial horizon. And then look at the altimeter, which is not moving. Vertical speed indicator, good. Maintain your heading. So we were at 270, so go back to 270. Turn coordinator, maintain coordination, making the ball center, and then airspeed indicator. So look at excessive airspeed or lack of airspeed. So we're at about 90, so it's good. Yep. We're descending a little bit, pitch up a little bit, and then again maintain level. Look at the attitude indicator. Scan quickly. Don't get fixated on one instrument. Just scan, 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 scan.
Yeah, then you can do some climbs, descents, and turns up to you, okay?
So for climbs and descents, maybe we can do climbing turns.
Yep.
Same thing, turn coordinator, we can do standard rate turns. When we climb, we can apply full power and airspeed about 70, cruise climb airspeed, and then vertical speed indicator will indicate about 500. So, same thing, attitude indicator, radial scan. So first I apply full power, and then standard rate turn, and then pitch up a bit. Maintain about 70 knots. This is good enough. So attitude indicator is indicating like about 10 degrees, less than 10 degrees. So vertical speed indicator is coming back to 500 feet per minute. So maintain this attitude, about 8 degrees pitch attitude. Maintain coordination with turn coordinator, making the ball center. And then I'll turn about 090 and climb and maintain 6,500. Making a standard rate turn. So all instrument flights, all turns are in standard rate. So you learn more when we go into instrument rating, but all turns and instrument are standard rate turns. So we're approaching 090. Roll out here and keep climbing to 6,500. We're gaining a little bit of airspeed. Pitch up a little bit, maintain 8 degrees, less than 10 degrees. We're doing 500 and 50 feet below target altitude. We're gonna level off. Maintain heading. Look at the attitude indicator. Attitude indicator is at level, so reduce power to 2,300. Pitch power and then trim.
Yeah, and what you can also do with the private students is just kind of like a basics like this, but you can also clear out the timer and try to teach them like, okay, how much is gonna be 180 turn, right? So, when using standard rate, it should be around 1 minute, right?
Right.
They can also teach them to do like a 180 turn and time it, right? And see how close are they gonna get to the 1 minute, right? Okay, now we can, before we do the unusual attitudes, we can do like some VOR. So how would you teach the VOR?
So
to the student that doesn't know anything about it, yeah?
you gotta first verify we got the right frequency in the VOR. So if you push this screen pops up. This shoots VOR 117.6. You can verify with this for the sectional chart 117.6. And then if you want to use the VOR, you gotta ident the VOR. So go back, go to default navigation. If you see CDI, it turns into VLOC mode, which means that we can use the VOR. So if you push, the ID function comes up. You gotta wait, and the Morse code just pops up.
And one more thing. What do we need to hear the Morse code?
Oh, we do need to hear the Morse code?
Yeah, so how do we need to hear it? Enough audio, yeah?
Ah, right.
Yeah, don't forget about this thing.
Yeah.
150.
Yeah. You gotta turn the network.
Yeah. Yes, without it,
so we verify if it shoots VOR, then it's all good. So if you wanna know the radio you're in, so you can use this one.
Yep. Nice. Because now it's background noise, so we can disable it to kind of get rid of the background noise. Yeah.
So make the CDI needle center, and if you use the from indication, you're going from the VOR, so you can know the radio you're at. So we are at 350 radio, but the common error on using the VORs is attempting to figure out the radio by using the 2 indication. So it says we're at 175 radio, but it isn't because we're having a 2 indication. That means we're going to the VOR. If we go to the VOR in 175 heading, we'll eventually go to the arrive at the VOR.
Yep.
But you have to use the from indication to figure out the radio you're at. And then we're at 355 radio, and you can use the 2 indication to go to the VOR.
Yep.
So if we maintain heading of about, intercept the VOR radio.
Try to intercept,
yeah, we can go to like 075 heading when we can arrive at the VOR.
Okay.
That's pretty much knowing the radio and tracking the VOR.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. So what about we can do some unusual attitudes then?
Okay.
Yep.
So when you're doing unusual attitudes, it's the name tells by itself. We are at unusual attitudes, that attitudes we don't want to be at, but if we're inadvertently go to IMC or in the clouds, you can get disorientated and then be at unusual attitude. So there's 2 unusual attitudes, a nose high situation and a nose low situation. So if you're in a nose high situation, it's the same with breaking the stall. So simultaneously apply full power, nose low, and make wings level. So you can know that by if you have a lot of blue in the attitude indicator, you're at a nose high situation. And your airspeed will drop, vertical speed indicator will indicate plus indication, and your altimeter will be increasing. But you can just verify with the attitude indicator by having a lot of blue, you're at the nose high situation, so nose low wing level full power at the same time. And if you have a nose low situation, which we'll see more brown, you're at excessive airspeed, altimeter decreasing, and vertical speed indicator indicating minus indication. In that case, you can do power idle, wings level, and pitch up, and then go back to cruise setting.
Yep. Yep, now we can demonstrate like the one nose up and one nose down for me, okay?
Okay.
You can put it in an unusual attitude and show me the recovery, okay?
So is there any method of using putting in unusual attitude?
Up to you. I mean, yeah. You want to put it at least like something unusual, right? You don't want to put it very like gentle.
I mean, instructors.
Yeah, you can just say like you can look down now, and I would just look down, and you would just kind of try to confuse me a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. I can show you like how I do it. Yeah. My controls.
The controls.
My controls. Yes, I see. I would just kind of play around with the power. Just kind of as you're looking down, you kind of feel some of the inputs, but just trying to kind of confuse the student, right?
Okay.
Just kind of fly out a little bit like this, and then maybe leave them like this, right? Then they have to power through, drop the nose, put the wings level.
Okay.
Yep. I would say don't always like if you're nose high, you don't have to leave him with the power like this because he's gonna confuse. I mean, you can try both times, like when you nose high, try to leave the power full because sometimes the student will learn to do the opposite of what it's here. So if they're gonna be nose, they're gonna be power idle, right? Yeah. And they're gonna be wanting to kind of bring it down, right? But no, because it's already been powerful, so you want to keep the powerful, right? So just kind of like just play around with it, right? Okay. I would do like at least like 4 of them, right? So like nose high with full power, so you can see that they will keep the full power and drop the nose down, level out the wings, or another one nose high with power not full, so they can push it through, drop the nose, level it off, or when your nose low, the same thing, right? You can leave them like this, and just kind of making sure that they're gonna pull the power, level it off, back to level, or one more time you can leave them with the power so they can actually kind of maybe even something more extreme to reduce the power here and here, right? Okay. And I usually do like 4 of them at least. Okay. And like each kind of configuration, right? Okay. All right, you can take off the hood. Can I take off? Yep. Okay.
My controls?
Your controls. Your controls. All right, now we can find some reference, and we can start with the. We have the slow flight, stalls, and everything, right? Okay. So we can start with the slow flight. Yeah. Okay.
So use mountain hood as a reference?
Yep.
North practice area Cessna 6342 Lima, 3 miles northeast of Haystack Reservoir at 6,400, practicing slow flight, north practice. So slow flight is, the name tells by itself, it's flying slow. So when we are at landing configuration and we're prepared to go on a land, so we're going a slow airspeed. So it's basically knowing to manage the airspeed, the energy when we're at the landing configuration and going on approaching to land.
Yeah, I can mention like the backside of the power curve as they call it, right?
The region of the reverse command.
The region of reverse command, right?
So first you gotta do your pre-maneuver checklist. So clearing turns to the left. Actually, I'll use that Mount Jefferson as a reference because we're getting close to the
Madras.
Yeah, Madras.
Okay.
And attempting to be clear of the 1634 approach corridor, which many instrument strength students do. So turn soft a little bit. Maybe anything can be a visual reference. So use Grey Butte as my visual reference just to get clear of approach corridor.
Yep.
So, clearing turns left. While during your clearing turns, you can do the pre-maneuver check. Fuel selector is on. Flaps are at 0. Mixture go rich. Throttle standby. Heartbeat on. And landing lights on. Magnetos are on both. Seatbelt seats are on and set. Clearing turns to the right. As you pulled out your car beat, your RPM will obviously decrease because of the low density of the hot air. So you got to increase the power a little bit, maintain your power. So going back to 6,500, I was intentionally descending altitude to maintain 6,500. A clear turns to the right. All clear turns are done. And then going back to my reference, which is Grey Butte. Okay, in case of emergency, we will land on one of the fields to the right. And altitude is 6,500, heading of 160, and airspeed of 85, target airspeed is 45. If we obtain stall warning on our 45, we'll increase power to 50. And position reports. North practice area, Cessna 634 to Lima, 3 miles northeast of Haystack Reservoir at 6,500. Southbound, practicing slow flight, north practice. So first reduce power to 1500. And below 85, flaps 10, 25, 20, and flaps 30. So maintain pitch, maintain your altitude, don't let the plane balloon. Maintaining 6,500, and if we reach about 50 knots, we can just pull in power. About 2,000, maybe. Depends on the day, but we'll see. Yep. Maintain coordination. Right rudder is needed because we're at low airspeed. A little high pitch altitude. A lot of relatively in a low airspeed, so we have less flight control efficiency. So right rudder, maintain coordination, and we're descending. So pitch per airspeed and power for altitude. If we're descending, pull in power a little bit and lower the nose, not to get pitch up attitude. So I think we're gonna go full power on this. Maybe if it's needed, so you can turn off the heartbeat for a second and climb, because we're at the green R. Climbing back to 6,500, airspeed maintaining. And then if we're on a really hot day, you can actually make flaps 20 if the performance doesn't allow. Our performance is not good today. Yeah. And if you maintain, just look outside. I know it's hard to maintain your reference point, but fly with that 2 mountains, use it as a reference, and then look outside. Just maintain this side picture. We're climbing a little bit, so that's good. Maintain your heading. Right by your heading indicator and look outside. So if you reach 6,500, just reduce the power just a little bit. And performance is not good today. We're gonna turn left to 090. Yep. So obviously we're in a low airspeed situation. The rate of turn will be huge. So you don't want to bank more than 20 degrees. This like 15 to 20 is enough. It's really, as you can see, it's really going fast. So we gotta roll out here. So maintain 090. When you recover, you can pull in the car beat and then go full power, makes flaps 20. And pitch for 54, you don't have to verify positive rate, flaps 10, and pitch for 67, maintain your altitude. And when you go 67, you can go flaps up.
Yeah, just not positive rate, just pitching for level, yeah? You don't even have to pitch for specific airspeeds, you just want to maintain kind of level and the altitude, right?
Okay, when you recover, you go back to always do your cruise checklist. So pitch for level, power 2,300, trim mixture lean as required. And engine instruments look all green. Keep the landing light on for safety.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we can find another reference there maybe.
Uh-huh.
And we can have you done the demonstration of flight characteristics.
Oh yeah, haven't been done for a while. I haven't been doing that for a while. Can you explain?
Yep. Yeah, so we're gonna pretty much, you're gonna kind of, it's kind of similar to slow flight, but we can do it with flaps or no flaps, right? And we can try with clean configuration first, right? So first you want to kind of slow down, maintaining the level, slow down to 60, and once you reach 60, you're gonna add enough power to maintain level, but do not climb or descend.
Or just maintain 60 knots.
Maintain 60 knots, and you want to kind of keep it level without climbing or descending, yeah?
Okay.
And then after you find the power setting for that, you're gonna call it out. So like let's say you need 2000 RPM to maintain 60. You're gonna call it out, and then you're gonna keep increasing the pitch and also keeping the level and slow down to stall speed pretty much, like a 45. And once you're gonna hear the stall horn, you can kind of ride the stall horn and add the power to maintain this stall horn kind of speed, right? And then you're also gonna note the power setting, and after that you just gonna have to kind of release the nose, let it descend without touching the power or anything, and you're gonna note how much altitude it lost, okay?
Okay. So first reduce power to like 1500?
Yeah, we can reduce 1500.
So 60 knots, maintain level pitch.
Yeah, and slow it down to 60 knots. Then at 60 knots you're gonna have to add some more power.
So adding power, about 2000?
Yeah, about 2000, maybe a little more, a little less, it depends on the day, right?
Okay.
And you just wanna kind of, maintaining 60 knots as best as you can, and trying to maintain the altitude, right?
About 2000?
Yeah, about 2000 we need, right? Since it's maybe climbing slightly, yes. But it's about 2000, right? Then you're gonna increase the pitch and kind of reduce the power again and try to slow down to 45, yeah?
So decrease power to 15?
So just kind of decrease again. And then slow down 45 or whatever the stall horn is gonna be, right? Oh, there is this. And you kind of want to keep the stall horn and see how much power you need to maintain this. Okay. Nice. To maintain this, we need about 1900, right? So
100.
100, so yeah, RPM lower, right?
Okay.
Yeah, then you can just kind of release the controls, and you want to keep the power as it was, and just kind of make the airplane kind of stabilize back to the flight. And you're gonna see where's the airspeed gonna stabilize, about 80 knots here, and we lost about 150 knots. So you just gotta call it out, okay?
Okay.
And then we can do the same thing, just with the flaps, yeah?
So same thing, we can just like reduce power to 1500, and then go flaps 85, flaps 30,
yeah.
And then maintain 60 knots.
The pitch attitude for this one's gonna be much different, yeah, because we're gonna have different angle.
Alright.
It's just gonna, we're still descending, yeah, so we're gonna probably need a little more power to, yeah, to maintain whatever altitude we have there. Nice, yeah.
Okay, about
power, yeah.
1200-ish.
Yes, about, yeah, to maintain the 60, we need about, 23,
22.
2200, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
And then reduce power to 15.
Slow down pretty much to the stall speed, right?
Okay.
Just keep the altitude, yeah? Keep the altitude as you're pitching up.
About 21.
2100, yeah, we're maintaining kind of the altitude at the stall speed, then we're gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna kind of release the pressure of the controls and let the airspeed kind of stabilize. On this one we can kind of help it a little bit, kind of drop the nose, because sometimes it just wants to kind of stay in like a nose up position, right? Then you're gonna accelerate. Yes, the airspeed's kind of stabilized a little sooner here. And then we lost, about 100 feet here too. Yep. Yes, that's the whole kind of demonstration of flight characteristic,
Yeah, I did it my first flight and then
yeah.
it's been a while.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. I mean, just kind of proving like the power curve, right? That a different power setting is required to maintain a level at different kind of airspeeds, right? Okay, now we can start with some known to you stalls. I mean, you probably did some of the other ones too, but let's try to start with the power off stall maybe.
Okay. Can we do power off secondary then?
Yeah.
Okay. So power off stall, you gotta make the landing configuration again and then pitch up, maintain coordination with the turn coordinator. If you can look outside some clouds, maintain coordination and slowly pitch up to induce a stall. When we reach 60 knots to a stabilized descent, as we are simulating the final approach situation.
Yep.
And then pitch up slowly but surely to induce a stall. So,
yep.
Just taking a position report. North practice is Cessna 6342 Lima, about 3 miles east of prison at 6,000 practicing stalls, northbound, north practice. So, reduce power to 1500, power beat on, neutral mixture a little bit, so 85, plus 10, plus 25, plus 30, plus 20, plus 30. Then maintaining level pitch. So 60 knots to a stabilized descent, about 500 feet per minute, about 3 seconds. You reach 500 feet per minute. So 1, 2, 3, make power idle and pitch up. You can call out your star warning indication. Star warning horn. A stall, nose low, wing level, and flaps 20.
Yep. And then
full power.
Yeah.
Secondary stall, nose low, wing level, maintaining full power, pitching for 54, 54, positive rate, plus 10, and pitching for 67. And 67, it flaps up, positive rate and flaps up.
Yeah, the one thing that I like to do, like I can show you how I do it.
Okay.
There is no like one way for this one. I mean, there is no really a written rule. It's just kind of demonstration of the secondary stall, right? So I mean, the setup is exactly the same, but on the recovery, I like to kind of stall it a little bit quicker, right? So that's why it's kind of proven that it's kind of secondary, right? Because if you stall it like too far from each other, then it's more like power off stall and then power on stall, right? Yeah, kind of descending here at 60. Right, how to check?
125 Mike Golf over Warm Springs River, 9,500.
Yep, and like you did, yeah. We're gonna improperly do it with the flaps there, right?
Back to 54477.
Yes, we're stalling, flaps, power full.
Okay.
And kind of like already start pitching up a little bit sooner, right?
Okay.
As you add the power, right?
So add power quickly.
Add power more quickly and kind of pitch it up a little bit, maybe too much to kind of prove it, right? Okay, then we have, I'll just drop the flaps here. Accelerate back and level, okay? Alright, you controls.
Back controls?
Your controls.
So, power 215. 35 plus 10, 20 plus 30. Maintain altitude. 3 knots, stabilize descent. Lower indication. nose low, wing level. 654. Positive brake. 10. Accelerate 67. 7. Positive brake. What's up?
Okay, yeah. Alright, now we want to do power on secondary.
Okay. And turn back to soft heading.
Okay.
Power use to 15. Maintaining pitch. Maintaining 6,400. Reaching 55 knots. Gonna apply full power. 55 full power. Pitch up. Maintain coordination. Door indication. Okay, nose low. Accelerating to 54. A positive rate. And what's that? 67. We got positive rate. Back to cruise setting. Okay.
Okay. Now I can climb up a little bit for the next two. Because we're about... Oh, let's climb maybe till 6,000 for the next one.
6,000.
Yeah, let's climb to 6,000. So we can get to a good altitude. Yeah, but that was good, yeah. The power on, you just wanna have it kind of right after each other too, yeah? Because if you do them like if you pitch down too abruptly, and then you start pitching up again, it's gonna be too long between each other. It's not gonna be more like secondary, it's gonna be like another one, right?
Just like, just minimize the gap between the two stalls.
Yeah. I would say so, yeah. I mean, then it's kind of demonstrating at the best, I would say.
Right.
North Factory, this is 54477, 2 miles to the northeast, FA Tech Reservoir at 5,500, going to be doing stalls westbound. North Factory.
That's good, yeah. Yeah, well, we can do because we also have the turning stall, right? So let's try to do a like power on turning stall to the left, okay?
Okay. About
20 to 30
degrees.
Yeah.
Southwest area, so 214, 4 miles southeast.
Power off turning stall.
The power on, yeah.
Power on turning stall. Yep.
800 ground reference maneuvers, north practice area.
Yeah, don't forget the carpet, yeah.
One indication. Okay, nose low, wing level. Accelerating to 54. And got positive rate, 37. And back to cruise setting.
Yeah, just a little bit, yeah, because you did kind of level at the beginning, but then you kind of broke it and pitched below the horizon, which was good, yeah, because on this one, you kind of wanted, yeah, at least below the horizon there, right, to kind of regain the airflow over the way, right? And also on recovery, try to be a little bit more coordinated, okay? Okay. Alright, you wanna do elevator trim stall?
Okay. Elevator trim stall, so reduce power, 1500. Car beat on, 85, 10, 35, 30. So maintain 60 knots. And then full power, let the pitch climb. Horn indication. Stall. Maintaining 54. That's 20. 4. I got a positive rate. That's 10. Maintaining, pitching back to 67. I felt a lot of buffet there.
Yeah, that was a lot of buffeting.
Yeah, that was like.
You see, even when we pitched down, it was still kind of going, the buffeting. This one takes a while to regain the airflow of the wing, right? It's kind of, I like to compare it to like when you go on a roller coaster and it goes like through the top, and it's kind of like you have to kind of buffet it, even though you're already down, when you pitch down you don't have like the airspeed and airflow of the wing, right?
800 northwestbound.
But that was good, yeah?
North track.
Okay, let's do cross control stall.
Okay, cross control stall. Okay, knots. There's my final.
Yep.
Accelerating to 60 knots.
This is 54477 over Coover at 5,700 heading northwest. Northwest.
60 knots, tank 30, maintaining 60 knots. Okay, no slow level, full power. Chris told me to just recover at first indication.
Yeah,
so,
that the stall horn is good. I mean, whatever the first indicator is, right? If it's buffeting or stall horn. Yeah, but two things, just gonna make sure that you have your carpet on this one, because you're gonna be descending kind of to the final, right?
Right.
And also like the power, before you start the turn, just kind of go power idle, yeah?
Okay.
That's gonna help you kind of achieve the stall there too, yeah?
So, try it again.
Yep. Can try it
1500.
again.
Carry it on. And then power idle when reaching 60 knots.
Reaching 60
North
knots.
track,
Power idle.
60 knots.
2
Go
miles
to
east
descent.
of Lake Village.
30 degrees.
5,700.
60 knots. Maintaining cankle. Okay, no slow wing level. Power. Power beat off. And climbing back to 67. Positive rate.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. My controls for a second.
Controls?
I can show you like, I like to do it kind of like rolling out the wings to the level a little bit more, then it gives you like a little bit more buffeting. But I mean, up to you how you want to do it. And just kind of, power it down, slow down pretty much to 60. Then power idle. When you go here, full rudder, and kind of go rolling out to the other way, and it's kind of give you like more buffeting like that, right? Because if you just kind of do this here, give you the thing, it comes in with the buffeting too, but I mean, if you want to have more buffeting, I would just more like abruptly pull it to the level wings here, yeah? Alright, now we can recover. Alright, controls?
No controls?
No controls. Alright. I mean, that's pretty much all the stalls, right?
Yeah.
Alright, we can do some maybe ground reference over there, yeah?
Okay.
Can we descend to, if you want, we can do either there or there.
Okay.
Like either north or south of Majas, whatever.
Okay. We'll go back to metal use.
Okay, yep.
from?
From Poland.
Poland.
Yep.
Nice. Are you planning to get a job back in Poland?
I'm probably gonna try to stay here.
Stay here.
Get the. I mean, I think America is the best market for like
Yeah.
pilots.
Exactly. But, yeah.
So we'll see. But maybe I'll come back. I would have to convert my license to like the EASA license, which takes sometimes even like a year. So. Which I'll do it if I don't have a choice, but
I'll try to stay here.
I'll try to stay here, yeah. Yeah, also like the pay is much better here, I think.
Right.
You on the KU?
Actually, I came with Donghyun.
Oh, with Donghyun?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I remember, yeah. I mean, with the KU, do you guys have like a guaranteed kind of?
No.
No, so it's just still like an interview.
Yeah, but we have a higher chance, so compared to other applicants.
Yeah.
But we still have to do an interview, some sim testing, and like a knowledge test and stuff. All of this, like But we have a higher chance.
Yeah.
Slightly higher.
Slightly higher.
Yeah.
So is it for Korean Air mostly, like the interview? And like
So the KU program is specific to Korean Air. But yeah, if we hit 1,000 hours, we can like basically go to any regional airlines in Korea. So
yeah, I mean
I mean, the Korean Air is obviously the best choice. But if things doesn't work out pretty well, but we can go to any airlines we want technically because we have 1,000 hours. Only other regionals require like 300 hours. So
yeah, so you have higher chances to get into regional too because you already have much more. Yeah.
But I got a question like, why did you apply for a regional, even though you have 1,000 hours, like that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
You gotta have a good explanation of why.
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised that Korean Air doesn't want like jet experience in those 1,000 hours, but
yeah, exactly. But they give us jet trainings.
They give you.
Yeah, after we get hired, they give us jet training.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah. The Korean Air seems. I mean, they still have the Boeing 747, right?
Yeah.
A couple of them.
Cargo.
Only cargo right now?
I think they're only cargo. 747s are only cargo, I think.
Yeah,
that's look good.
Yeah. Do you have to like convert your license there too? Like, do you have
ICAO license?
ICAO? Do you have to do like the written exams too or no?
I think so, yeah, but it's relatively easy, not too hard to convert your licenses, but the actual hard part is getting into the career.
Yeah.
Converting license is not a big deal, but
because in Europe, like those theoretical exams are pretty difficult usually.
Oh yeah, written exams are.
Yeah, there's like 14,000 questions in the database, and the questions are like not. I mean, the questions here in the FAA written tests are like easy compared to the ones there.
14,000, that's crazy.
Yeah. Like here is like 1,000 for maybe all of like written tests for ATP.
Like less than 1,000 maybe.
Yeah. And there is like 1,500 for only meteorology or something.
Yeah.
So it's pretty hard. Yeah.
That's crazy. So first one, what's the first one then?
Yeah, let's start from the basics maybe, yeah? So let's do the rectangular course, yeah?
So in order to do rectangular course, you have to know the wind direction because you gotta enter at the downwind and make the steepest bang angle when you're at the downwind. So we can use either two methods. Like the first one is doing a straight level turn 360 and then look at the ground speed. If we're in a tailwind, the ground speed will increase, obviously. But another method I like to use is using the AWOSs on the nearby airports, which is we can use wind information in mattress.
Altimeter 2987.
The grass strip is open. The pilot lounge is open 24/7 with code 13242.
Madras Municipal Airport. Automated weather observation 2148 Zulu. Weather. Wind. Missing. Visibility 10.
Wind missing.
Wind is
Clear
missing.
below.
Recently, Madras is
2000.
missing all the time.
Temperature 1.
Yeah, wind is missing. So, we have to do the second method, which is making a left 360 and finding out the wind speed.
Yep.
So standard rate is the best measure because you don't have to pitch up or pitch down using the standard rate.